You see here, coming down, hitting your anchor point right here, the first thing that I noticed was your lead leg block, which is obviously the easier thing to notice when we're playing it in slow motion. But when we come down and we stabilize this, man, that knee, there should be no valgus. The knee should not be shooting forward. And if I were to put my mouse there, exactly where that knee position is when we land, you can see that that knee shoots forward. Now that's a big block. That's a big breakdown when it comes to that kinetic energy coming up, because we need to block that force to have it shoot up, like crash dummies, right? If the wall that they were going into in a car at 200 miles an hour, if that wall were to give, those crash dummies in the car, they're not going to shoot out as far. But if it were stable and not giving at all, those crash dummies are going to shoot super far out, right? So I'll program a lot of stuff as far as the lead leg block. I believe personally that it is a byproduct of efficient sequencing, but it's something that, again, when it comes to motor patterns, something that we got to do to get that feeling of blocking. Okay, so look at, I got you comp with J.A. Happ. I think there's a lot of similarities there. Watch out as he comes down. So full anchor point here. Let's get this guy out of the way. Full anchor point there. Now we're going to see that lead leg accept and absorb that force. That's when you see, boom, knee extension, right? Boom. Now, what you also see here at ball release is a bunch of different fantastic optimal things. Late launch, his chest is in front of that lead knee, okay? Ball release, we want shoulder extension, and the trail leg, we want hip extension, staying long, okay? So when we look at you, dude, we see a couple different breakdowns. At ball release, chest behind the lead knee, shoulders in line, not a lot of shoulder extension, and then the trail leg shooting into flexion, which is the opposite of extension, right? So active trail leg hip flexion, we want extension. Okay. So again, a lot of this stuff that happens at the end of the delivery are usually just byproducts of movements that are occurring inefficiently in the beginning, which is probably the way that your drive leg just cracks and collapses forward. And I think I have you as a early trunk rotation too. If we look here, you see that when you come down front foot strike, that you have good hip rotation, but it's like your shoulders are starting to want to move rather than keeping that trunk neutral the entire time and then creating that separation. So I think that's another byproduct you see as you come into like push this ball. But like I said in the beginning, dude, there's a lot of things you do well. I think to be encouraged, you're an athletic individual, which means I've seen these mechanical fixes occur a lot easier when you have that foundation of athleticism rather than like the opposite, right? Robots.